I was going to tell y'all what day it is, but I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As broad as it is long here, so whatever. I got a little Stihl 026 sitting here on the table. One I built a while back. A friend of mine bought it. He's been running it. The other day he said it wouldn't crank. He's had it for a good little while. So he brought it over and dropped it off. He said, I just want you to go in there and see why she won't crank. He said it was running good and he was using it, and he shut it off and put it back in the building, and it sat there for 3 months or so, and then when he got it back out, it wouldn't start. I said, well, bring her over and we'll take a look at it. Because he's cutting some trees, so I'll tell him bring it back over here and we can take a look at it. So I'm going to pull this top cover off. Take a little look inside. I tried starting it the other day and it feels a little stiff on the inside. I don't know what the deal is. I just want to look it over. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. They run the fire out of this rascal. Because it was clean. Make sure everything looks good. That's the main thing. Want to make sure everything looks good. Take the plug out of it and all that. I like to check them after they've been running a while. This is where I get my feedback from. Anytime I try to experiment with people that's close by. I hook them up with stuff and they run it for me and put some real world conditions on it and then let me check it out so I can. Well, look at the plug. She was burning real good. That's about how you want your plug, people. And that's not black, that's chocolate brown. There's just a little bit of soot on the outside. That carburetor is tuned almost perfect in this thing. That's good. I like to see in the cylinder. Looks good. I don't see nothing wrong in there. Everything looks pretty shiny. As far as I can see, anyway. It feels snug, and I don't know if that's in the pull start cover or what. Because it still feels the same, even. It feels gooey. Got far. I'll pull that side cover off because I want to see if that side cover is gummy. They've been cutting all kinds of stuff with this thing, pine, I think. Ain't no telling what. He uses it for salt. Solves whatever he needs to solve it. That's what I do with mine. Solve whatever I need to solve it. Side cover could definitely use a little lubricant on it. It's dry. We're gonna put just a little bit of this Lucas. We're gonna put a little of this down the pipe. Get a little something under there. That spring sounds like it's dry. don't really feel bad. It just feels a little stiff. Or not stiff, but it feels like it's got grease in the bearings, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nice and smooth. The only time you feel anything is when it passes the flywheel or the coil. The magnets pass the coil. It feels a little, you know, pump right there, but that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, the magnets, you know, obviously grab the I'm gonna spin it over. I have to go find the stuff to do what I want to do. I'll bring y'all back in a minute. Alright. Now, this back up here. Switch back on. I want to spin it over and see what the spark looked like with it spinning. Had to find the drill and the adapter. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. This son of a gun's got a real good spark. Trying to get it where y'all can actually see it. I think y'all can see that gun. It's got good fire. I don't know if I can start this thing with the drill or not, because a lot of times it will actually screw the flywheel nut off. I need to make a drive assembly that I can use the drill to spin it. We're gonna put a little bit of pop and go in here. Ooh, my oil can's leaking. I got oil on my hand. I'd like to be able to spin it over and fire it up with the drill. I don't know if it'll do it or not, but we're going to try. Sometimes it will, sometimes the nut just comes loose. Because I really don't feel like pulling on the rope. Yep, it took the nut loose, which I figured it would. Oh, mercy. I figured it would. Let me tighten that nut up, because if I don't, I know what it'll do. It'll spit the nut off and shear the flywheel key. So engage safety squints. All right. Everything looks pretty good. I don't see anything really wrong with anything. It just, like I say, it's got this like gooey feeling. I don't know what kind of oil he's running or anything like that. Maybe the oil's just in there and dried up. Put a little stuff down in there and everything's good, so it might fire off on that brake cleaner. Might not be getting any gas or something like that. We'll check it out. Okay. Well, it fires. So, means we ain't getting no petrol. I'll take the air filter off. Check it again. Gas line looks alright. I think I actually put a new gas line in this thing. Spraying fire. Okay. We obviously aren't getting any gas at all. Get in there. We got well over half a tank. In there, see if the pulse tube looks whole. Intake looks good. Why are we not getting any fuel? Alright. Slide y'all back over here. I'm not going to record all of this. I'm going to go in here and have a look around. I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright. Got the carburetor. I just pulled the carburetor off of it. I just didn't film pulling the carburetor off. I mean, most of y'all know how to get them off by now. So, we're just going to pop the caps off of it and see why there's no gas in it. There is not a stitch of gas in this carburetor. So we either got no pulse coming to the carburetor or something wrong with the fuel line. I did blow a little air back in the fuel line and fuel come out of the line, so I don't think it's stopped up, but I don't know exactly what the deal is. The diaphragm feels good. The carburetor's dry as a bone. There is not a stitch of gas in this carburetor. I mean, it's completely dry, like it's been cleaned. There's nothing. That's weird. Okay. Well, let me stick it back together and we will do some more checking. This is some of that weird stuff you don't always run across. I'm gonna stop this, y'all, because I want to save. I don't actually know what's wrong with this thing, so we're actually checking it out. This is the way I check things out. So I'm gonna stop it to keep the video from being like something crazy long if it takes me an hour to figure it out. Bring you back. I really don't know. I sprayed it a couple times, it finally picked up. I really don't know. The carburetor was dry. I checked over. I pulled the vent off. Checked the vent. It seems to be. I just blow a little air in here. You can blow in there. You can blow this way. Make sure air goes through it. Gas is coming out there, so that's open. I checked the fuel filter, it looked good. I just pulled it up and looked at it, it had gas in it. But the carburetor was slam dry. And I really don't know. Like I say, I sprayed it a couple times, kept cranking it like its old Mac had been sitting for a long time. And it finally pulled up and ran. the gas smells a lot like alcohol, real bad. But it runs fine now. Seems to anyway. We might just have to put it back together and take it out there in the woods and cut with it a little bit. I hate it when it's like this, when you can't figure out exactly what was causing the problem. Because then you never know whether it's going to keep going or not. But, well, it's going now. We'll try it a few more times. We might go out to the woods and see if we cut a little bit. I'll bring you back here shortly. All right. I think we're recording there, aren't we? I can't tell for sure. I reckon we are. All right, y'all. We're going to try this little 260 out. 026. I let it sit for a little while, fired it up. It cranks, so we're going to try it out and see if it'll cut. Well, I'm satisfied it runs now. That's the main thing. I had to readjust the carburetor, get it all set back. I left my marker laying somewhere. All right, y'all. I'm gonna shoot this video up. I got more work to do, so I'm gonna go get back after it. So, y'all have a good day. Be kind to each other. Stay safe out there. And Bellhopper out.